Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Now, this may seem somewhat egotistical. That's never a good way to start a stream, is it? This may seem somewhat egotistical. But, you know, I only say, come on, every stream go, it's vital to the future of you all, right? So that I always sort of agree. You know, I always think, gee, this is really important for all of you. This is important for the universe. But this time, I really do. And I really, really do. Because there's some weird 1984 style shit going down, okay? There's weird stuff happening. I mean, is it the weirdest thing I've ever seen? Whew. Yeah, I think it's the most publicly weird thing I've seen. So we're going to be talking about that. We are going to be talking about that. And it's like, what? It's an explosion of insanity. It's if somebody let off a reality bomb. Okay, I'm going to, as we wait for people to come in, I'll give you a little treat, right? I had a pitch one time for Doctor Strange. This is before the movie. I really didn't know much about him, right? Just knew it was kind of cool, right? He was like, what's the guy's name? Oh, they did a parody of him in The Invisibles, Mr. Six, and it was David Windergaard. It was like very flamboyantly, obviously gay actor who's a secret agent, you know. What else again? Oh yeah, so that's how the sort of like idea I had for him, and I wanted to have them Doctor Strange be cool, and it's very 60s, right? All set in the 60s, and he's in his. I had him in San Francisco. I didn't know you had to have him in Bleecker Street, right? So I would have him. Anyway, he's in like this acid dive, whatever, and he gets a meeting, a visitation from a voodoo lord, right? And they get into a fight. Stupidly, but basically that causes a magical war between Doctor Strange and the Voodoo Lord, right? And so that's what I was like. And the fallout from that magical war turned the incredible, Marvel universe, brightly colored Spider-Man into our shitty universe, right? So that was my basic idea for it. So, maybe I'll do that one day. I don't know. See, here's the thing. I come to the conclusion you can do pretty much whatever you want. You just change it and make it your own, and then you have complete freedom. Like Alan Moore really put out, I mean, I don't think he meant to, but for writers, he just gave a perfect path of what to do with Watchmen. He just took the Charlton heroes and said, yeah, I like that about them. Let's make them like this. And then you inject your own creativity and the thing comes freaking alive, which I find happens more than when you're working on like other properties. Well, that's why I like working on my own stuff. I mean, but anyway, but I do like to do like a Batman. So my first... I got my Comicsgate Kickstarter. Oh, I know I got in trouble. Indiegogo sign up will be launching, I hope, this week. I had some time out today. I might actually get to it tomorrow. It's looking really good. You get a series of 4 art cards. Here, let me see if I can find you all the sketches. So I'll bring you guys up to date. We've haven't nailed down the Space 99 design yet, but I think we might have it. But that one's been a bit tough. But the Judge Anderson, oh my God, freaking awesome, man! Let me just grab the image. I'll show you the other ones as well. The Perry, which is awesome. So yeah, this is going to be a series of 4 art cards. Oh, there. This one didn't really work. Is it? No, I'm going the wrong direction. Trying to find the other image he did. Oh, is this it? No, nearly there. No, now I'm going. Oh, here we go. That's the other one. So yeah, I'll grab that. Okay. See, if I was together, I would have said, "Hey, I should have done this earlier." Yeah, here's how I did earlier. Now, where did I put those other ones though? Because oh man, here they go. Okay, fine. 1 second. So I'll put this over here. Yeah, you can literally hear me boomering it, as we speak. So then I think I do this and I click on them, and it should just all go boing and open up. Let's see what happens. Hey, look at that! It did it. I'm very impressed. Are they all there? Let me see. Yes, they are. Fine. So let's we'll start you off with that one, the first one. You've all seen this one, but I'm really excited because they look really cool. Here, when there we go. We go here. Share screen. Now we're up to it. Application window. So there you go. This is a series of 4 art cards. This is the first one. I'm not sure what we're going to call this one. What's the name of the second Bond movie? Not Doctor No, from Russia. Oh yeah, From Israel with Love. Maybe we'll call it that. From Rabbi with Love. I don't know. Maybe from Somewhere with Love. I quite like that one. So the brief for these art cards is this. It's my genre-related masturbatory fantasy from when I was 13. My genre-related masturbatory fantasy from when I was 13. So that's the first. It's a James Bond one. So yeah, genre-related. So I couldn't not do a Perry one. That had to happen. And boy, did he nail the Perry. It is now. If you're driving, don't look. Jason King. Thank you, Dennis Dillinger. There you go. Now, just pull over if you're driving, is all I can say. Yes, I will get in that TARDIS. I would indeed get in that TARDIS. That is my genre-related masturbatory fantasy from when I was 13. Also, when I'm 49, as it turns out, seems to do the trick for me, right? That's really working. Fine. So it's got me the sketch of the next one, which is, of course, Judge Anderson. This is just the rough, to get the idea of the pose and everything. Looking pretty hot though, right? I might get him to draw a Justice Eagle on her underwear, right? It's got the lower master, but yeah, I think that's looking really good. Space 1999. We've had trouble getting the right pose. So this was the first one he did, and also I wanted her in less clothes. Like I wanted her like a bra and panties, like skimpy, and so I didn't communicate that properly. Also for Sandra, she's a little bit buxom. I'm trying to say you want to go for like this sort of slimmer, more traditionally Asian kind of like body type look. I'm trying because it's not really my thing, but I know it's a lot of people's thing. Yeah, so I think everybody out there has their own thing. So that was it. So I wanted I kind of liked it if he just had the arm extended and firing. That's really what I wanted. But he didn't really understand what I was saying. So and then he came back with this one, which I thought, was right. I mean, it works as a butt shot, which is his point, and it's kind of cool. But I think the front on is a bit better, right? So that's we finally he came up with another pose. He hasn't done the rough for me yet. But they're looking very good. Fine, let me. Okay, who should I leave you on while I look at the chat? Next person comes in the chat. Tell me which slide you want me to leave you on while I go through and say hello to everyone. Okay, wait until you think you need to take a cold shower. Yes, yeah, it's really pervy. Like subscribing this stuff. All the information I sent him about Perry. Like, that was a bit dodgy. Yeah, okay, Perry, there you go. Good choice. TARDIS Times knows what is a good time. So fine, let me say hello to everybody. Yes, I hope this sign up is coming up this week. Okay, TARDIS, I'm here. Come on, man. Sleepy Joe loves to snip to everybody. Oh, I love. But again, I have no humility whatsoever because I think that thumbnail was freaking awesome. Loved it. Darren M, how you doing? Greetings. Good day. Must be late for you, isn't it? Every time now I know. No, Darren, are you in Australia? Yeah, you're in Australia, right? I think so. Every time I see, I'm like, I confess it's a Marmite because I don't really like Vegemite, but I always like a bit of Marmite. Come on, man. So you got Mark McCardridge. How you doing? TARDIS time. Ethan Burkheimer. With stuff happening. Yes, there is. Okay, we're gonna get to that. Peter Windergaard. There you go. This is Dylan and Peter Windergaard. The Nerds Archive 96. How are you doing, my good fellow? I assume you're a fellow. You just seem like one. You seem very masculine. Now, again, if you're a very feminine woman, I just got in trouble, but I don't think you are. And if you are, listen, you have a very commanding presence. If you come, they scrubbed it from the internet. I couldn't find it anywhere. But there was people did a experiment, and they had what's the name? a male actor and a female actor read out the 2016 presidential debate, with the male actor taking Hillary Clinton and the female actor playing Donald Trump. So the female actors just seemed incredibly commanding. You know, when he's saying Donald Trump's dialogue through the voice of a woman, it seems like the most powerful thing in the universe that knows what she's doing. And then conversely, Clinton's dialogue in a man just seemed like incredibly ineffectual. So yeah, we got some weird stuff going on. Jason King, that is correct. Dave travels through time. I'm glad that you intersected with us in this temporal node, Dave. How you doing? With Barry Love, yes. I was going to say no hanky panky. Timmy Strawberry is cute. Who else do we have? Adam Dare, how you doing? And who knew the rabbi's work is never done? Where do I say? It's coming this week, okay? It's coming this week. Just relax, relax. Fine. So yeah, weird stuff that's going on. I got to send out invites. I'll do that in a second. But weird stuff going on, okay? I think they're trying to make us crazy, okay? Okay, there's absolutely evidence of voting irregularities. There is 100% evidence of that. It's like that's what these lawsuits are based around, right? There is evidence. Okay, no, I'm sending you the link in a minute. I think I'm going to send it to the Ninja Night as well. There you go. So yeah, I mean, that just I'll go through the evidence specifically, but weird stuff's going on, okay? They keep saying, no, it's not. It's like, no, there's not. Hey, 1 second, set to no. Doink, done. Where's Ninja Night? If he's around, yeah. Hey, do you want to jump onto a stream with me? This sounds very creepy. Hi, you want to get in my van, baby? Live now. Let's go for a baby. We gone for pretty darn creepy as it is. Let's in for a penny, in for a pound. Doink. Done. Send in. Done. Fine. What was I going to say? Yeah, they're doing weird shit, man. They're doing weird stuff. They're telling us it's not there. And I said, there's no evidence. There's no evidence. What do you call handfuls of affidavits? That's the definition of evidence. All right. Okay. So listen. Know what you know. Okay. This is important stuff. I got to help you out here. Firstly, yes. Okay, what you saw happening on election night, because I watched it live, okay? I watched the Michigan total as it went from, they stopped counting, and then they started counting, and immediately the jump total went boink, and Biden got this massive lump, right? Man, that was big leap. But here's the weird thing. The vote total was at 94%. Okay, it was at 94%. As it went back down to 90. Then the only way that could happen is if you add more ballots into it. Okay, so I think a bunch of stuff happened. Primarily, insane people have been screaming that the president is actually the chancellor from Germany in the 1930s. That very, very naughty man. Who was a natural socialist. That gentleman, famous for his little moustache. Yes, little moustache and genocidal ways. And the destruction of the world. Actually, hey, you want to know something really, really cool? So there's this thing called the Talmud, which is basically the codification of Jewish law. Here we go. It comes to our zone. Here, 1 second. Let me finish this, and I'll bring one. So there's this thing called the Talmud. Which explains everything about the life universe and everything. If you learn a page a day, takes you 7.5 years to go through it. I'm in my second time. Fine. So there's this thing, and it says, please do not take the bit out of the mouth of a Amalek, because they will go out and destroy the world. So then in the Talmud, they explain, what the hell is that? What are you talking about? So Amalek is a nation. And basically they ended up settling in a place called Jamamia, right? It was a collection of 50 nation states, and if they ever each day one of these nation states went to war against the other one, right? And if they ever united, they'll go out and take out the world, try and destroy the world. So that's basically what happened with Germany. Germany was one of the later states that formed because of that thing, because they couldn't unify, right? And basically, as soon as they did, they went to war with the world, like with the world, right? And then almost instinctively, at the end of World War I, we cut it in half, like we cut Austria off, and almost instinctively at the beginning of World War II, look, they rejoined. It's really freaky, right? So they, so that's what they actually say, Jemima. So here, let me bring Noel on. How you doing, sir?
Yo, sorry, Rabbi. Just got distracted there. The old wife is trying to find I'm a celeb on the TV because it comes back.
Oh, well, there you go. Listen. A happy wife is a happy life. That's all I can tell you.
That's it. How are you?
Very, very good. So weird stuff's going on. Stuff going on.
There is, and I have to say, I haven't seen it. I have to say, I'm at 48 hours from my channel. My subs have jumped up. I'm actually
excellent.
7 away from 1,800 now.
Oh,
so I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed in the last 48 hours. You've been absolutely wonderful. But I suppose it has helped with the articles being done about
I knew somebody in the chat wouldn't know it. Germany unified in 1871. Yeah, it's like 50 years after everyone else, I think. I don't know.
Rabbi, your internet is done a bit. You're skipping all over the place, Rabbi. You're skipping all over the place.
One second. I was just trying to get here. Let me get to the weird thing that's going down. Right, so I'm going to go to share, and this will almost certainly get us demonetized. I'm going to share my Twitter, Donald Trump's Twitter feed. Right? Good.
Yeah. You're skipping all over. I don't know if it's me or you, but one of us is skipping all over the place, and you are buffering a bit.
Oh, you sound fine to me.
Okay, well, if you let me know if it's me or Rabbi, please, if you don't mind. But yeah,
in the chat.
As I said.
Yeah. Okay, so when you talk about anything to do with the election, right, and say there were irregularities, anything at all.
Yeah, it comes up.
Yeah, okay. So this is not just here. This is on Facebook. This is on every news channel. So this, but have you read what actually comes up?
Yeah, I have.
They say, and it hardly ever happens. Yes, that's the point. It's rare. This is a news story. Yes, we understand.
But here, I just want to say, well, listen, there's already a couple of YouTube channels that have been taken down for harmful content.
I don't understand.
That have supported you know who. So YouTube has already started their assault on people that they perceive to be on the wrong side of the argument. Us as YouTubers now, it's going to become very difficult.
Listen, I'm not saying they stole the election. I think they did, but I'm not saying they did. I think they tried to steal the election and they did it in a cat-handed, stupid way.
That's what I think. Whatever side you're on, something definitely dodgy did happen.
Oh right?
No, they won't. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube are censoring people.
If they say anything to them, they look at you like you're an idiot man-child and go, "Election falls very rare and very hard to happen." Yes, that's why we're screwed. So then they say there's no evidence of mass voter fraud. No one's alleging that. We're alleging targeted voter fraud, which there is overwhelming evidence of. There's like over 100 affidavits of people, of election observers saying they were prohibited from observing.
Yeah, I know. Listen, but
it's not even in question. There's overwhelming evidence of that.
But they won't believe it, Rabbi, because the news is not reporting it. Sure, even last week when Kelly was on the TV, Fox News actually cut her off when she was in the middle of talking. Carlton Booker actually did a thing on his show last night where he says we're going into very dangerous games here.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It's insane.
If you're actually cutting people off on news networks, you're censoring people, and you shouldn't.
But here's the thing: if they won't let you say it, it's not because they think it's laughable. They won't let you say it because they're shitting themselves, because they know it's the case.
Yeah.
They know out of these 350 ballots in Pennsylvania, they know they're mostly gone. They know it is.
Now, what happened with
150 ballots in Michigan? They know they got.
Now it's fake. Did it flip? Did Arizona flip to Trump?
I don't know. Listen, nobody knows. They're never going to admit to it if it does.
I know, that's what I mean. Because what someone shared, some news outlet shared it at first and said it was flipped, and then loads of people came out to debunk it and say no, it hasn't been.
I think one place says it, one place they all have their own rules. You know, they all have their own rules. But here's the thing: they won't admit there's voting irregularities when there's evidence of voting irregularities.
Yeah, well, that definitely was. Now, whether it was enough for Biden to steal the election, I don't know. But either way,
there is. If anybody tells you that, okay, if anybody tells you there's no evidence, here's the answer. There is. Yeah, I'll get rid of this. There is at least over 90, I think over 100 sworn affidavits. Now, an affidavit is a legal document. No. You lie on it, you are so you can get sentenced.
No, I've seen everything that's happened. Here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter what happens now. If Biden ends up being president in January, us as YouTubers, and Gary has spoke about this, and others have spoke about, even Bolland has spoke about it on Twitter, and he hasn't done a video in a while. We are now going to be targeted by the left. He's already said that there's going to be that he's going to say.
But no. I got confused
yesterday. Like, no, shut up! You're not even president yet, and you're making us all bleeding.
But I have good news for you. Trump's going to win.
I don't think so.
Listen.
You know me on the storm.
Listen, let me tell you. I have a prediction model. I have a prediction model that's almost perfect. I have a prediction model.
You'll have to concede because they're not going to listen. The Democrats are not going to accept this either, even if he does flip some states.
Nothing to accept or not accept. No, it's a checkmate situation. It's nothing to accept or not accept. Are those ballots legal? Are these ballots legal? And they're not. And they know where they're not. They're not. If they were, okay, again, this is what happens when you get a mail-in ballot to make it legal, right? You have the election official. It is opened up in front of a GOP observer and a Democrat observer, right? Rabbi, they both have to be there.
Wait,
give me a second. Let me explain to the audience.
Okay.
Right? So when you look inside the envelope, right? You take out. They both agree to take out that, and inside is the official election envelope. They both check it off. They say yes, this is okay. Nobody can. And then they open the ballot and say yes, without counting it. They say yes, this is a ballot, and they put it into the stack to be counted. Right? That is the a procedure to make a legal ballot. So between 4:30 and between 3:30 and 5 in the morning, that didn't happen. In fact, there's 350,000 ballots in Pennsylvania and 150 in Michigan. There's reason why there's less in Michigan is because the observers protested and they were thrown out, and they went and got a court order in both locations, in both Michigan. So this is a court record. They got a court order, right? And they went back, and in Michigan they obeyed the court order, but in Pennsylvania they didn't. Said no, nothing doing, and the sheriff didn't let them in. That's why there's half as many ballots in Michigan. And what a surprise! Much thinner margin as well. So that's exactly what happened. So there is overwhelming. It's incontrovertible. It's incontrovertible. There's a sworn statement I heard of today of a ballot counter who at about 4 a.m. they brought in these ballots from the back. They were 100% from Biden. 100%. A statistical impossibility, right? We have dozens, who knows how many dead people with obituaries with their vote record, right? We have dozens of those, maybe hundreds. Don't tell me there's no voting irregularities. There are voting irregularities.
Yeah.
Right? No.
Right. What other news? Because you don't want to get bogged down in politics. Because
this is crazy.
Man, you gotta
know what you know. And messing with your head. Okay, you know what this is like. This is like there's an illustration of what a dick my older son is. Okay, what a crazy dick he is. Okay, so we used to have this dog Snuggles.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, I could just like take him out behind the back, you know, with a gun and get rid of him for you. You know, it's like I could do that. And I think he was joking, but I don't know. Yeah. So then I said, well, what about your brother, your younger brother? He'll freak out. So the dog. He's like, no, this is what we'll do. We'll just pretend we never had a dog. Okay. We'll just pretend like he never had one. That's what a dick he is. I think he was joking. But I don't know. So there you go. Fine, what else is going? Let me see what else is there. We got strontium X nitrate. Bobby D. Who knew? Bobby D. Up with Cambridge. I think what I'm saying. Fine. So
can I just say something on all the news that I've put out, because there has been a bit of a negative reaction, and I just want to address the negative feedback. Remember, all the information that I've put out there, I have said is rumor and speculation. Now, there are some within the community that are accusing me of either bending the facts or altering the facts because I don't understand the information. And then we've got others that are saying that I'm making it all up. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I don't do that, right? I put the news out as I get it, and that's the way I will do it. So, listen, at the end of the day, even when I was putting these two pieces of news out, I said it that night during the live stream that even I said that this was so far-fetched that it does look unbelievable. But this is Chris Chibnall we're talking about. He's already retconned the show with the Timeless Children or the Timeless Child story arc. Now, I will just add, I have been told that this could be a whole multiverse situation like they've done in Star Trek Discovery, right? So even though the second, third, and fourth Doctor may be erased from the timeline, it's because they're doing a separate timeline. Now, Chris Chibnall has come out and said that no, Ruth's Doctor was from this universe, but it looks like he could be playing a bit of a game with us. It could be a multiverse. So in essence, our classic Doctors are kind of safe. You know, they're safe. He's doing a different timeline. A multiverse is what I'm being told. Multiverse. So I just listen, you don't know me. The people that do know me know that I don't go around make stuff up. And if it's all for money and clicks and all of this that you're talking about, but if you just go and check my videos, none of them are monetized. I don't monetize my source information. I might monetize one or two if it's little snippets, but when it's big news like this, I never monetize them. Never monetize the ones that I put in text form. That's why I use pop songs and songs of artists out there that you know, because I get a copyright claim. So I'm not making any money off those videos. So I don't do this for anything else other than that's the news that I get given, and I'll put it out. If you don't like that, you just need to get a grip. It's as simple as that. I'm sick and tired of all of this nonsense. I Mr. Tardas reviews. I did a video last night and I've invited him on my channel. So I'll say it live here because I know Tom will probably be listening. And I know Tom.
Oh, we go. Yeah, I forgot that Tom was around.
So Tom, do me a favor. Make sure that Mr. Tardas reviews gets me video, because I would like him to come on and say all the things that he's been talking about me to me face. Because you know what? He goes around with all of these threads saying how we should all behave in the fandom. But he engages in that. Reviews. If you're listening, I've invited you onto my channel. I know Rabbi has, and you've turned him down. So I'm inviting you on. Come on and say those things to me face, mate. Right? Come on and have a debate. Come on and talk about all the stuff that you've accused me of.
Right now, all the liberals in the world say, let's have civility. We're all one people. Let's be calm. 3 weeks from now, they'll be trying to kill us. I'm telling you this now. It's happening. It's happening.
I know. Look, I've seen it already. There's people make lists of Trump supporters and all.
Yeah, no. Okay,
it has gone disgraceful. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you voted for. If that's your behaviour now, right? If this is the way the world's going to go, where we're going to make lists of people and vilify people because they supported a certain politician or a certain man, well, then I'm sorry. We completely lost the plot as a society. We need to sit back and take a chill pill, the whole lot of us, right?
Well, no. This is what I think we need to do. We need to do two things. One, know they're lying and insane. They're pretending it's not there. They're lying and insane. Know that it's not you, it's them. But secondly, people who you know, people who you're close with, you got to start cushioning from the impact. Say, listen, I'm sure there are, technically speaking, genuine voting irregularities that just need to be addressed. It's a legal process.
That's it. And if Biden has one, fair enough. Then everybody just needs to move on, right?
Yeah, but you got to.
I don't want this for the next 6 months where we're still fighting about this whole election.
I want
us to forget about it, because you know what? We'll get bogged down in it and people will get sick and tired of it. And if I have noticed on other channels that people that have supported the bigger YouTubers are doing little videos and they're coming out against these bigger YouTubers because they feel that they've gone too political. And I do agree. They're supposed to be, we're supposed to be pop culture channels.
Well, my channel is whatever crap is going on in
I know. Well, your channel has been like that, but I'm talking about other channels that have
I have no idea what they're all doing.
Pop culture. Now they're getting into the whole politics thing. Well,
I mean, again, look, this stuff is this is crazy. This is the craziest shit we've ever seen.
No, I know. I think we agree on that one. This whole situation,
crazy. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And I'm nearly 50. Right. One question. If it was so easy to rig the vote, hasn't it always been this easy then? No, okay. Well, first in Pennsylvania, they are somewhat professional at being able to rig the vote. No, but no, the problem was that Trump was ahead too much. Trump was ahead too much in too many places, so it was too noticeable. I mean, that's really, probably that's why, you had that like bump in the results. Trump was doing too well, even with all the cheating. And this is this was cheating on some of it was coordinated, obviously, but some of it was just poll workers. They wanted to stop there being, another Third Reich in America. They thought they were saving the world. They've been pumping that message in them for the last 4 years. So I think there's just screw ups. There is also, but of all the weird things happen, they all happened against Trump. And for Biden, right? That's just what happened. That machine's flipped 6,000 votes over for Trump, against Trump. It's like, and a lot of things just happen. Oh, well, just okay, but they're all happening one-sided, right? So, the problem was they were he was ahead too much, especially in Pennsylvania. They made two mistakes. They made two big dumps. They took away 10,000 votes from Trump for some reason that hasn't been explained. It could just be a vote tally, but they didn't have a similar vote tally, totaling up with Biden. It could just be a glitch, but it's only happened to Trump. So fine, you got that. So you have that. You have that going on. I just don't. It's not that it was so easy. It's so blatant and open. I think it's. I don't think that. I mean, no one's contesting that the vote observers, were excluded. No one's protesting that. That's the thing. Here, let me go back to this, because this thing is just incredible. Because it doesn't say anything, right? It doesn't say anything at all. Let me go back to what it says. Official sources. Just like that. But no, about the where is it? Official. So it's just the same. It doesn't actually say anything.
Yeah, I know it's the same crap off. But listen,
there you go. It says voting for of any kind is exceedingly rare in the U.S. Election experts confirm. Yes, we agree. No one's disagreeing with you. With ballot counting continuing with the presidential race being called for Joe Biden. No, it was called by the media. This is one hand rubbing, patting the other. It hasn't been called. It was called by the media. I'm sorry to be a stickler for reality, but it was called by the media, an incredibly partisan media, incredibly biased media. And yeah, this was something that was on my thumbnail. A media including Fox News. Fox News is gone. Fox News is dead. Forget their audience is already crashing. Fox News is over. Fox News is it's just, because they're part of it. They are part of this. So you had what's his name, the guy who Chris Williams, whatever his name is, like laughing at Ted Cruz. The war's over. No, excuse me. For Ted Cruz to get on your case, be on your side, you've got to have a good argument. Ted Cruz was again. He had a rough start with Trump. He had a very rough start with Trump. I'm sure we remember. But this is real. Okay, fine. So it hasn't been called. I'm sorry. That's just the bloody reality. Experts and officials say there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud. No one's saying that. We're saying it's targeted voter fraud, of which there is an abundance of evidence. I'm sorry, that's just the reality. In the 2020, no, and this is again specifically what if that's the case? How were the observers not allowed in? Explain how the two things coexist. They can't. It's not possible. This is a generality. They never deal with specifics. The election process is secure, and voter fraud is of any type is incredibly. Wait a minute. Weren't you just telling me the Russians broke into your election? Weren't you just telling me that? No, screaming about it, saying we just got to be sure. We've just got to be sure. So here's the thing. You want there to be unity. If there's a call for unity, a call for civility, fine. This has to be resolved. This has to be investigated. Saying there's nothing to see here and not dealing with the specific argument. Tell me why the guys are excluded. Is there nothing to see here? Why is that the case? No, then in that case, there's something to see here. If you can't answer it. Whether from domestic players. So they're just saying, in form of misinformation, many attempts to create dispute the electoral process. So now they're saying, and it's the Russians telling you so. No, it's not. It's what you see and what you hear. They're messing with your head. They're like my son saying there's nothing, they'll say, let's just pretend there's nothing.
Yeah, would you like to talk instead of just keeping it with politics, because, just in case people get annoyed, because, it is a very divisive thing. I was just going to say, do you want to discuss, because obviously you haven't been around when I dropped the news. Unfortunately, you left early.
All right, I did a bit about yesterday.
How you felt about the rumors.
Oh, man, I hope it's true. I hope it's true, and I hope they get it on in some kind of sick orgy. I want
to break the rumors down for anybody that doesn't know. Will we break the rumors down? We'll discuss them here.
There you go. Okay, the rumors they start off that Dr. Ruth is actually the second doctor. Doctor.
Yeah.
When the first doctor was dying, at some point that wasn't in 10th Planet or Twice Upon a Time, right? So they've got to have some point of entry there. That's a point in time that's really quite busy for him. But okay.
Well, have you heard the latest news though? Did you see my latest video?
Which was your latest one?
Right, the latest video we talked about this a couple of months back, right? Where we heard that there was different factions within the BBC.
So is this the
So it looks like Stephen Moffat and RTD are still in the hunt for the show. Now they want to set up a separate production company, apparently, according to the latest rumors. Instead of the Moffat's production company, they're going to set up one that is just simply for Doctor Who. Now,
Good idea.
If they do take over, now again, it's all rumor and speculation. If they do take over, they will not be showrunners; they'll just be executive producers. But they will install.
We'll bring a fresh voice in, but have a good eye on top of it.
Yeah. Now, I'm also being told that there has been meetings and there has been bids made. Also, I've been told that if they do get in, if they do get it, then they will retcon Chris Chibnall's era from Doctor Who. Now, that is good news if Stephen Moffat and RTD were together. But again, I have to stress that everything that I've put out there the last couple of weeks is only rumor and speculation. It is from a source, but as you all know yourselves, and you all know this quite well, you know, most of the time you cannot verify any of this until it comes sooner to the time. Sometimes you don't even get a chance until the show actually comes out, and then you'll know if some of your information has been right. Now,
we only knew this year with when the Timeless Children came out.
Exactly. Well, Gary reported on it. Gary and
we speculated, but we only knew for sure when we saw it.
Now, but the big news is apparently Jodie Whittaker will be responsible for the TARDIS turning into a police box because she'll reprogram the TARDIS, and also Jodie will take credit for kind of inventing the screwdriver because Joe Martin's doctor will go to Jodie Whittaker, and Jodie Whittaker will basically tell her how she designed that screwdriver. Therefore, she was the one.
All this sounds very credible. I wonder if they're going to be able to make it. I wonder if they're going to be able to make it.
Exactly.
I don't think they're starting filming. We keep hearing they're starting filming. They did apparently that rumor wasn't true. So I don't see them starting filming before New Year, right? And I don't see them starting filming before the next Christmas the special is on. And I think when that's on,
I just received information. I have to be honest. I received information again off someone that does be in the chat with us, Marty, who does be on our panel as well. He has a little digging, and apparently, apparently Jodie Whittaker's hairstylist again has confirmed that they are filming. They're going to be filming Series 13. I'll tell you exactly what they said. Actually, what I'll do is I'll share it to you, and if you want to pop it up on the screen.
I mean, again, listen. I do think they're going to delay it, and with COVID, I think they're going to delay it until after New Year. And I think if they just delay it till when they start when the special comes on, that's going to be such a.
Well, there's obviously a lot of people going to know
that's going to blow them up.
Because they go down to our hairstylist because BBC are obviously not giving any information. And fans, especially the Jodie Whittaker fans, they want to know when it's filming. So they're the ones that have been getting.
You know what? And so you know what? To propagandize to people, Chris General could just pay to get a hair done. Couple £100, and he's got a new story.
So the message reads, and I'm about to send it to you.
I just got it.
Reads, I'm sure she's filming now for the next series, and I love her. And it's by So Broy Hair. So it's the same stylist. It looks like an Instagram message. So this hairstylist has been actually talking to
Whittaker. There's no picture there.
What?
There's no picture there.
No, there doesn't. It's the text.
Yeah, okay. But...
yeah, there is no. Of course, there's going to be no picture because it's just the hairstylist again. That's what I said. I'm not saying it's filming.
That's how they filming, isn't it? I mean, like he said, I think they're filming now. It's like, okay.
I'm sure she's filming now for the next series, but he did put up a post with that photograph a couple of weeks beforehand.
Yeah, but that apparently was a year ago.
And by the way, Wales is off.
That one was from like a year ago.
Wales is what?
That one from last week. That was from a year ago.
No, it wasn't. No.
That's the problem being told me.
No, it wasn't because I've actually looked into it, and if you actually look at my video, you will see that he put up the photograph 2 years ago. But he really, I don't know what the thing on Instagram is when you retweet.
Oh, you retweet this again?
He re-Instagrammed the photo.
Okay, listen. I'm not saying they're not filming.
Third season is filming. So
no, I'm not saying they're not filming. I'm just saying I'll believe it when I see it. That's all I'm saying. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just like, I think if they were, they would scream. Although Doctor Who magazine is coming out on Thursday, and it says that Chris General is going to be talk about the future of the series. Have you seen that?
No, don't really care, to be honest, what that man has to say, because he doesn't listen.
I'll say, let me just find the cover for Doctor Who magazine, shirt you guys.
But anyway, that photograph that Lee is talking about is an old photograph, but he re-Instagrammed it, and he says season 3 of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who is filming shortly. So yeah, they might have retweeted an old photograph, but it's a new post that they put up, and I even have a video showing that.
Like, how many times have I heard that?
Yeah, I know. I agree with you.
I heard that just a lot of times.
I know a hairstylist is not the most reliable source, but if our hairstylist,
I'm not saying he's lying. It's just like I've heard it so many times now.
Yeah, but well, listen. As I said, Wales has lifted up its lockdown restrictions. So
I understand. Again, I just I've heard it so many times now. I don't really believe.
Eddie spoke briefly about it yesterday when he was defending you, actually, and a couple of others in the fandom.
What's happening?
Eddie Caro talked to Doctor. He did a video yesterday about the behavior of the fandom. Your name was brought up about the crap that you've been receiving over your comments about Victoria and how he was saying.
I thought I was in trouble. I thought he was going to tell me I'm in trouble about that again.
No. He was actually defending you. He defended me as well. He mentioned what happened to Cheryl as well, and how when she ended up in hospital because of the nastiness. But listen, going back to Series 13 filming, right? What I'll say is what I've always said, right? Until the BBC actually confirm it themselves, a hairstylist, yeah, they can be reliable, but we don't know how reliable this hairstylist is. And Rabbi is actually right. He does make a point. This hairstylist, it could be all propaganda, and this hairstylist is told to put that information out, right? It could be that, or they definitely are gearing up the film. Now, Jodie Whittaker herself did say during the New York Comic Con pre-record that they were gearing up for the end of the year. So if you're asking me, I would go with what Jodie Whittaker said, and that is they hope to be filming by the end of the year. I say they're in prep now. They definitely would have to be in prep now, and I do firmly believe that there is some movement and they are getting ready to film. Now, whether they get the chance, Rabbi, because I do agree with you, restrictions and this thing changes every day, but there could be a possibility of some sort of filming happening this side of this year. Yeah. Look, I'm also told that filming does possible.
Look, no. If you had told me a month ago that we would have the entirety of the media telling me something that isn't true, I'll be like, well, that'd be weird. But that is apparently what's going down. Here, what's that? So, well, look at this magazine cover, right? Firstly, there's Jodie Wright just here in the corner, as small as they can make her. Exclusive Chibnall on the future of Doctor Who. That sounds like they're going to be
on the future.
It's 2020, it's 2022 or something.
Well, you know what? I don't normally buy a Doctor Who magazine.
Don't buy it. I'll tell you.
No. I might buy it.
No. I always get it. I'm gonna look. I'll do it on my channel. Relax. Don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Yeah, but it says the collectibles issue, so I might get a little toy.
No, it doesn't come. They don't come with toys. They just show you toys you don't have, and they're like, and they're very expensive now. Like I bought them as they came out. And so I have them all, but I have both those toys, like right here, but because I got them as they came out. There you go. Yeah, same with Big Finish. I'm in the middle of listening to the
future of Doctor Who. That sounds ominous, if you ask me, doesn't it? It sounds intriguing.
If I was going to guess, he'll say in the next series will be in 2022.
Well, listen, I have been told that if the series does drop, it will drop this time next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the earliest. It's the absolute earliest this time next year.
Yeah. Now, again, I would say with all the news that I put out there, this is all rumor and speculation, but it is from sources, right? So, again, you know, I will say this. You've got to remember as well that the people inside who are giving my sources the information, right? We don't know if people that are giving the information are actually telling us the truth either, right? So when my source gives it to me, they don't know if this information is 100%. We all don't know. This is the thing. So don't be, you know, I'm just sick of people saying, and listen, I will say this. This is what we get, right? And I just put it out there. Listen, at the end of the day, I know some of it sounds far-fetched. I was even the first one to say, as I was reading it out, this is far-fetched. This sounds unbelievable. I even, because I said it live to you, I even said live, I even went and I sent an email to me sources to say, come on, you're taking the piss with this now. Because it was so unbelievable. But they said, no, this is what we're being given. This is what we're being told. And these are all ideas. And I have to stress this. These are all ideas that Chris Chibnall has. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of those ideas, and I was given an example for, by the way, the example is, look at last year, there was rumors of a musical episode. That episode apparently was going to happen. Several Twitter accounts and high-profile Twitter accounts reported. Is that real? I had no idea. And apparently that was scrapped. But they were going to do it. So the Marilyn Monroe and all of this other stuff, Captain Jack and all of these other people that you're hearing that are coming back, these are all ideas that Chris Chibnall has. It doesn't necessarily mean that every single one of them that I've put out there, he's going to do. But I will say this, and we've said this all along. If he does, it doesn't matter what part of the information, the first video I put out, the second video I put out, or even the latest video I put out, if he does one of those things in any of those 3 videos, it's game over for Doctor Who. It's game over. So you just want to hope that none of it is true. And I hope none of it is true, because to be honest with you, it will be the end of Doctor Who. It will be the end of Doctor Who. And I don't want Doctor Who.
I still think it can come back in a few years.
I don't think so. If they did any of this, Rabbi, come on. In fairness,
I think they just retcon it away. Listen, I have
a thing right, and you erase the second, third, fourth Doctor. You're telling me that fans are going to come back? Not a chance. If it is a multiverse, look what's happened with Star Trek. Look what's happened with Star Trek.
Look what happened with Star Wars. You put Mandalorian on, it's good.
But the Mandalorian is different. The Mandalorian is different for the simple fact is Jon Favreau is coming in. He's listening to fans. Chris Chibnall's not listening to fans.
Yeah, I understand.
If it's not Stephen Moffat and RTD that takes over, they'll be controlled by the BBC. This is why Moffat and RTD want to take over, so they've got total control, and BBC won't really have.
Yeah, I'm like all for that. Listen, no, important question. I've been on a roll of very good thumbnails recently, so I want to ask you, which one do you think is the best out of these 3, which I'm particularly proud of?
This one, Joe sniffing Jodie Whittaker. Okay,
yeah, I love what he's saying. You smell so stunning and brave.
Right, let's go. I think that is cringe, but people ignore that. Donald Trump doing that to little girls. I think everybody, actually, they have been for the last 4 years, called him a sexist pig. But boy, you can get away with it. It's grand. God, show me your other thumbnail.
Yeah, there's no rule. So this one, the female. This is based on the rumor from your channel. I made this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Doctor Who season 13 Rumor Patrol Bonkers Edition. Second, third, fourth Doctors to be erased and replaced with female incarnations. Love it.
And then
talking out my arse, but if they replace even one, and even if it is a multiverse, it's game over. Nobody's going to. For disrespecting Tom Baker, who's still alive, and disrespecting the doctors that have passed away. It'll be the final clatter in the face as far as I'm concerned. And Rabbi, I know you're the optimist, and you always have been, but if they do this, I'm sorry, it's over. Nobody is coming back. Nobody.
Listen, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I do hope they will be back. But I have to tell you, the Pertwee cosplay was actually a what's the name? Matt Smith cosplay. I changed the color of a jacket.
Yeah.
And I found a ruffle. So
Show us the tour thumbnail. Go on, show us the tour thumbnail.
Oh yeah, this one I was very happy with as well. Putting the Trump hat on God. I love that one. This was a great stream. If you're religious or believe in God, it was a freaking awesome stream.
I actually seen that thumbnail and I was like, I shot and I was like, oh, holy shit, man. That's a You do, your thumbnails, even your thumbnails alone wind up the other side.
I know, that's why I love doing them.
It's funny how they react.
I know.
I don't want to mention that, but isn't it funny that person that's been going around like, you know, harassing us for the last few months, all of a sudden now because people are fighting back and people are
he
did a video on Twitter yesterday saying that the ratings are fine. You're a clown. You're a clown. And by the way, don't be playing the victim because you came after Rabbi, me, and others in this fandom for a couple of months. You're even so much of a dictator that you've actually said you're going to take down a Facebook group on Facebook because you don't like what they're saying. Who the hell do you think you are? Still play the victim when we come after you. Yeah? You deserve everything that you're getting now, to be quite honest with you. And this is only the start because I told you already. The one thing that I've never been able to put behind me is the fact that you allowed people on your thread to rape shame my wife. And I don't care if you came to me on Facebook and you apologized. You did not take those threads down on Twitter. You left them up. So your apology, as far as I'm concerned, is hollow. So keep it up. Keep coming after me, Rabbi, and stuff, because I'm going to keep at you now. So I hope your mental health and your mental strength is
that's the bad thing. He kept saying,
anybody like me, because I'm relentless. And this is why they all fail, because I'm this relentless. So if you want to take me on, go ahead, because I tell you now, you'll be the one that'll be begging me to block you. Right? How dare you and call everybody a not my doctor? We detest that side. Because there's some members in that are racist, sexist, misogynistic pigs that you talk about. So go after them and leave the rest of us alone. Just because we don't like your precious Whitaker. Who gives a shit? Right, 3 years she's had the job. And 3 years we've watched 7 million households walk away. Right? So explain how good we are. Don't do your research, you clown.
I mean, let's be fair. She is the anti-Viagra of
it's not all her fault. Let's be honest. The writing has been a shit show.
But she's also. By the way, just so everybody knows, this is coming up tomorrow night. So come on.
Oh, True Lies. Yeah.
I started watching. I'm going to finish tonight. Good bloody movie.
I love this movie. This movie is fun. They should have done a second part though. When them rumors were resurfaced, I think it was the early 2000s. And they were talking about the second one. I was like, do it. But then didn't Arnie then become governor? And then that kind of put it all to...
too old.
So, you know, I would have loved him, but he's too old now. And so is Jamie Lee Curtis. So it wouldn't work now. But if he had done it back in the day, I would have loved him to see it.
Exactly.
Great movie, though. Fun movie. If you haven't watched True Lies, by the way.
Yeah, watch it.
Check it out. Now, listen, it's far-fetched. You look at it now and it's far-fetched. But that was the time we were in. It was brilliant. But I love the end scene where they're in the limo. You know, just right at the end of the movie where that the limo, the helicopter.
James Cameron at his absolute best. I'm just.
And by the way, I think that was the first night I had a wet dream. By the way, after watching that movie, because the scene with Jamie Lee Curtis doing the sexy dance in the hotel room for her husband, but she thought was a spy. Do you remember she did the whole dance on the bed, Paul?
I pretty well. That is forever entombed, along with along with Nicola Bryant in the Spank.
Oh, by the way, the new Halloween movie is going to be about Black Lives Matter. Apparently.
What about them?
The new Halloween movie.
Yeah.
She's doing a new Halloween movie. It's going to be related to the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Oh, and the same with the new Spider-Man game. Spider-Man game is going to address that as well. I mean, listen, a game is a game. It shouldn't be used for a political tool. And the Halloween franchise shouldn't be used for that either, right? If you want to, again, I will say this again, if you want to address things with Black Lives Matter, do a movie on it or do something separate. Don't be taking already established franchises and using them to push your agenda.
Okay, well, I saying no, we have
all of this. I will never watch Halloween again. I'm done with Halloween. I'm done. I won't watch it anymore and I won't support it. And I'll never buy those movies ever again. I think that woman's a disgrace, to be honest with you. You shouldn't be using it as a platform. Do your fucking movie, run around half naked with your knife and scream. That's your job, right?
Speaking of that, speaking of running around half naked, I have breaking news. I have just got these design sketch in.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. You know, Robert, here
we go. Let's show the chat. I think this is pretty darn good. I think this one's this is just a design sketch. This is just a work. So this will be. I'll just have make sure the gun's firing.
Wow, that's yeah. I think that's every man's perfect.
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well with that. It's
that's lovely. I like that. Hey, Chris. I see Chris is in the chat.
Hey. How are you doing, sir? Fine. Let me just.
Love him. Great man. That is deadly, Rabbi. Is that the only thing you have?
I also got the Judge Anderson one. Here, let me grab that.
Right, show me the other ones that you got, because we've seen the other ones that you did. The one with Perry and stuff.
Yeah, so this is the design sketch for the Judge Anderson one.
Right, let's see.
It's coming up. There you go. Pretty good.
Oh, that's Who doesn't like a chick on a motorbike?
Scantily clad one at that, yes. And so again, it's I think the name for this is don't even think it's Citizen. Don't even think it's Citizen. This, of course, is in the for the male gaze collection. For the male gaze, of course, if my Kickstarter, my Indiegogo does well, we can expand this range. We can do bring Sarah Green in with Perry in the Cryon Ice Tombs of Love. Who would want to be that? I mean, we should
Britney Spears should play her.
Who?
Britney Spears
should play Judge.
That woman looks like Britney Spears. So Britney Spears.
Maybe a few years ago. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think Britney still looks a bit hot now, to be honest.
She looks hot in a kind of like skanky used way. She was like, she's hot in a way that she knows she used to be hot, and you kind of have that memory of her.
Well, I suppose I've grown up with our Britney. We were kind of.
I guess I must say. So I got this article here. 5 ways Doctor Who comics are canon, but it was by Screenrant. So I think it's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah, we love a bit of screen crap.
We love a bit of Screenrant. They are the little scamps, the gifts that keep on giving.
Same with Hugh Fullerton out of the Radio Times. If you ever see an article by Hugh Fullerton in the Radio Times, my advice to you is to ignore it, because he's the biggest shield that the Radio Times actually have.
Well, he
came out against the female doctor, if I'm correct in saying, and then changed his opinion very, very quickly. And he comes up with some crap as well. He does. He tries to justify all of this nonsense as well. But let's go on, Rabbi. Read that article, because it'll be interesting to see what they have to say there.
Okay, 5 ways Doctor Who comics are canon, and 5 ways there's not. Okay, fine. Comics. Doctor Who is continuing to expand as a universe and as a franchise. Oh, shut up! They've been doing comics for 8 years.
You know what this is? This is an article because they've nothing to write about, so they just come up with some crap. Because you can already see by number 10, they are not canon, contradiction with the show. So what's the point of the article then, you moron?
Okay, what's it? There's plenty of contradiction throughout the comics that largely affect the show. Itself. The reason for that is Doctor Who is known to be repeatedly retcon things. Meaning anything outside the show, TV series is forgotten. The TV show always comes first, and so this is just a propaganda piece.
That's what it is. That's all they ever are. They don't have any news, so they just making up shit now. I guarantee if you check out the Radio Times now, just write in Radio Times Doctor Who, they'll have a new article talking crap.
Well, they have one about the Daleks, but about Hugh Fullerton, but it doesn't say anything. So they're saying okay, so this is they're giving a reason why it's not canon. Okay, so now it's a reason they are canon. Oh, okay, fine, I understand. Timey-wimey. Okay, fine. Now I understand.
Wibbly. That was the worst thing Moffat ever brought into the show, and I do love Moffat for things that he did, but this whole thing of explaining plot holes and stuff, this timey-wimey business, no, I've never liked it.
It worked in context of that episode where, you know, time isn't linear and a human being can't really understand it the way, multi-dimensional time. I'm not going to say. I kind of like that. I mean, they ripped it off in The Good Place with like time being Jeremy Bearimy, right? Remember that? You ever seen the Good Place? It wasn't a lie. It was more like Jeremy Bearimy. So yeah, fine. So they wibbly wobbly timey wimey. So they don't really understand what that means actually. So they're saying no. This is a terrible. Okay, wibbly wobbly timey wimey is usually a statement used in the show to explain strange paradoxes, confusing timelines, and pretty much anything. That's not true. No. That's what you think it is. It's like saying, yeah, they used to say "beam me up, Scotty" in Star Trek. They never did.
Beam me up, Scotty.
A second, big drink.
You just ain't got the power, Captain.
She can't take it, Captain. She's gonna blow. Aye. Well, I like Scotty in Star Trek Continues. What's his name? Really wasn't very good at Scotty at all. I'm surprised. Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg turned into a bit of a dick nowadays. Not canon because of lack of acknowledgement. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, fine. Our canon, new initiative. I'm not I'm wiping out old continuity. Yeah, who cares? Our canon, plenty of gaps. Okay, they can be canon if they don't contradict the TV show. Canon, no continuity, but they're their own wonderful continuity as well. So I love that. Dave Gibbons piece. Our canon, they produce it, but who cares? Not canon, similar to the book.
Is there anybody in the chat that actually reads these comics? Actually, that'd be a good question. Is there anybody in the chat that reads these comics? And if you do, are they any good? Are they worth getting? Even the Jodie Whittaker ones? Because I have heard actually some people say that the Jodie Whittaker comics are better in the comics than she is in the show. Is that true? Is Jodie Whittaker's Doctor written better in the comics than she is written in the main show?
That is true. By the way, I just finished reading the comic. I got a big, strong recommend for everyone. This thing, Summer, freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. It's a prequel. It's really big. It's a big crime. Wonderful. So it's a prequel to this ongoing crime noir series called Criminal. And it's like 88. It's freaking awesome. And the artwork's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up some artwork. 1 second. Criminal. It's called Cruel Summer. Cruel Summer.
That's a song from Ace of Base, Cruel Summer. Yeah, it's probably way of your. No, it wouldn't be. Actually, you'd be probably too old for that music. No offense. But Ace of Base. You did hear of Ace of Base, though, haven't you?
I don't know. One second. My daughter's calling.
Hello, daughter.
I got missed call.
Are you in trouble? Are you in trouble?
No, I never replied to Dominic. One second. The artist here. Awesome. Awesome. Something else
this version, Noel is rude. Bob Lewis. Yeah, might be a bit rude. Yeah, who cares? Got a problem with that?
I think we're all fine. Where's that? What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, check this out. This is good news. This is here we go over here, and I'll go.
The big bad turd zone is ruined.
Yeah, actually, it's really it's bad that you only think of the good comeback when it's like way too late. You know when they're talking about me with Victoria, I was like, I should have said to them, I've also talked about coming onto a Care Bear's chest. Not everything is factual. That would be animal abuse, I think. So
they're characters anyway, and if people take that seriously, they really need to get a life anyway. You're talking about a bloody character, and well, where about all the men, right? For example, that follow anime, right? Follow these anime streamers as well. Girls in school uniforms and stuff. You don't hear people calling them pedophiles, but they'll call you a pedophile for saying that you'd do a certain character in Doctor Who. Who gives a shit? I do plenty of characters in Doctor Who as well.
Honestly, if you could get any of the characters in Doctor Who wearing the schoolgirl uniform, that's good for me. That works out. I'm up for that. Yeah, if you get Nicola Bright in the schoolgirl uniform, I'm fine with that. If you want to mix the genres.
Chris says, I haven't looked into any comics in the past years, but Jodie's being written better in the comic form is dependent writer, dependent on the writer. Oh, I get you. Yeah. I do know Jodie Hoser. She's the main person in the
honestly,
I
think she's done that's been adequate. It's been like, it's mediocre. Here, one second. So look, big finish that you can get this for free. Totally worth it. It's the first part of Dalek Empire. Freaking awesome story. Absolutely awesome story. Really, really well done. And then if you want to get the full series, they got these two really, really good sales on right now. $18 or £18, depending where you are, for that series 1 and 2, and this is series 3 and 4. And they're both kind of independent of each other. I think season 4. What is season 4? I can't remember.
I love Blue Peter. Yeah, I love Blue Peter too. Well, back in the day, I loved Blue Peter. I don't know what Blue Peter is like now, Bob. But I did like Blue Peter back in the day growing up.
I guess it's probably shit. So if I was to make a guess, Blue Peter is probably shit now. It used to be good, and now it's shit.
Do you remember when they used to make so? There's one I prepared earlier. I used to love that line. Yeah.
Do you want to hear the trailer?
Go on, put it on. Yeah, some of the trailers will be great.
Dalek Empire. What was that thing? A Dalek?
Suze, we've got to get off this planet and fast.
What?
The Daleks are going to wipe us out, and if they don't...
What? What is it, Albie?
You'll soon wish they had.
Silence! No! No, I won't be silent. Just kill me too. That's what you do, isn't it? Humanoid activity, behavioral abnormality within higher grade response parameters. Have you got any plans? Or are you just making this all up as you go along? You will proceed into the cell!
Stop that! You! Stop that! Do not make that noise! My knee.
Sounds good.
Oh, it's good.
It was nice knowing you.
By the way, wasn't that Dalek thing, that animation thing not dropped today?
No, it's Thursday.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it?
Are you getting it? Are you going to buy the anime? Are you going to buy it? Because it looks actually decent, that Dalek animation thing that they're putting out. Oh, it's on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah,
dropped on YouTube. Yeah.
Let me see.
I just hope for their sake it's good, because we want something. We want something good.
I've seen it. It looks awful. Tell you, this is. I hope these River Song things are good.
Yeah, Big Finish always give a monthly giveaway away, don't they?
Weekly. So yeah, so they give away the.
Inferno's a great story. It's one of my favorite stories. Actually, we spoke about this.
What's the next wash along? The Troughton one.
We decided on after Charlotte went through a whole list of stories. I think we ended up with oh geez, she's gonna kill me now. I'll ask her actually, why, because she's about, I think she's on Dance Channel at the moment with a couple of people. They're chatting Doctor Who. So I'll just ask her now actually. Hold on. Charlotte, what's the episodes? Let's see. I'll see if she wrote it in the chat. Hold on. Hold on. What is your story? What was the story you chose. Yeah, what you call it? How do I not know what it was?
I don't know.
I don't know, but listen, we will have to decide though, because you know Trout has a lot of missing stories. Are we going to start doing the animations as well? And I know many people won't have them, but we'll have to end up doing them, I think.
I don't mind. Here, one second. Let's do a look at an episode guide. Doctor Who episode guide. Yeah.
She'll tell me. She's just busy at the moment. She's
if I look at an episode guide, I'll see the stories. I bet I'll remember.
Actually, anybody in the chat that's with us tonight, remember what story Charlotte picked for the second Doctor story? Because you know me, my memory is like a sieve.
So it wasn't. I don't think it was. It might have been Power of the Daleks.
No, it wasn't Power of the Daleks. She picked. It definitely wasn't a Dalek story. I know that.
It wasn't Faceless Ones. It wasn't Evil of the Daleks. It wasn't Macro Terror. Wasn't Moonbase. So I don't think it's any of that. Was it Tomb of the Sun? We just did that recently, so it wasn't that. Ice Warriors, maybe.
Could have been. Oh no! Was it? I think it was Invasion.
Oh, okay, good choice.
I think it was Invasion.
I don't think I can say for the whole thing, but
it is all there, isn't it? I think there's animation and
the animated two episodes. And it's actually the best animation they've done. That's the most expensive one. It's
that's what we're getting to the point of the Troughton stories where we're going to have to do the animations, because I mean, if we were to do the war games, I think we'd have to split that over 2 weekends.
I think we've got to split. This is 8 episodes. We think we've got to split it over 2 weeks.
What Invasion is it? No. I can't do another 4 and 5 hour stream.
Okay, it's a great story. We should do it. I think this split it over 2 weeks.
Well, we'll see, because I don't know if that. I'm just guessing that that's our story, but she'll let me know later. And when she lets me know later, I'll text you and let you know.
I think the cut-off is 6 episodes. I think more than that. It's like, see, I hope it sees a death. That's a great story. That Ice Warrior story.
It was. So we did the Aztecs, yeah. So that was the yeah, I don't think she's told me yet. Just I don't know. I think it is Invasion. Right, listen. I know there's someone deliberately in the chat. Listen, keep politics out of the chat, actually. Will you? With the Biden 2020, you know what you're doing there. Right, you're trying to roll people up in the chat. Okay? Now leave it out. I'm serious, leave it out. You've already had a swipe at me, and now you're putting this Biden crap in the chat. Right, yeah, and you're only doing it because you know it looks at people. Stop doing it.
Well, is there a mod there they can just like get rid
of? I'm removing the comment now. I'm removing the comment. I'm not removing them, but I'm removing the comment. Listen, you're already doing it to rile people up. Leave it out, okay? You already know that people are upset. No matter what side you're on, nobody should be riling each other up here, right? We've had enough of it for the last few months, and we're going to have it for the next 4 bloody years. So leave it out.
No, do you want to say really, really crazy?
What's that?
Okay, you know I believe in God, right?
You do. Well, of course you do. You'd want to believe in God. You're a bloody rabbi.
I think God is just really, really, really trolling them right now. I think because I believe in God. I think God does everything. Okay, so there's this thing in Jewish philosophy that the one place that God always intercedes is in the choosing of kings, right? Choosing king. And you can really see that when you look at history. You can see that you had that mortgage crash like right before.
I know what story it was. Thank you, Jules. You're a legend.
Oh, what story is it?
It's the Ice Warriors.
Good choice. Great story.
The Ice Warriors.
Fine. So it's partially animated.
Well, it doesn't matter even if it's part. We still have all these stories, though, don't we?
Yeah. I think
I mean, look, I said we're going to get into this territory with bleeding trout.
Yeah,
which is going to be awkward because then what happens when we get to the longer stories? It's going to be a disaster, mate.
Yeah, again, we'll just split them. We'll just split them.
Yeah, I know we will. Roy, what's this whole thing about believing in God? Go on.
Oh, right, yeah. So it says God like intercedes when choosing, when people choose leaders. That's one of the places that go. So I think, and again, you can see that when you look at history, look at recent history. You see, a lot of times elections really get swung by, like Bush was destroyed by it raining. God doesn't do with these, like they, had this big mortgage crash like right before the election. It, gave it to Obama, and I think Donald Trump, I think, really connected with a bunch of people. So like in a genuine way. So so the people who don't like Donald Trump, generally speaking, hate God. They hate biblical values, and they hate it with every fiber of their being. I think that's what really drives this pure hatred of God. And so let's say I'm right. Let's say there is a God, and God is orchestrating this. So firstly, that God didn't intercede and like confuse their plans privately means he wanted this to happen. And he wanted it to be very, very public. As far as I can tell, it's a slam dunk. I mean, I don't understand what the problem could be in getting in. Like, I think Trump's won, right? So, and I think God is setting these people up who torment us to troll them, to make them crazy. So whenever they start crowing and they say whatever they say, I'm that confident. I'm just like sitting here with popcorn and going, yeah.
I will laugh if it does flip and he does end up winning, because for the past, since Biden has been announced, the other side have acted like a bunch of I won't say they've acted like that mad Austrian back in the 1940s.
How socialist they're going to be. They've given the game away completely, making lists of people who and just I think this is God trolling them. I think this is what's going on.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens anyway.
I don't see how there's any way for Biden to survive it, right? Because that means they cheated in a presidential election. And that's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, we're living in a world where everything is not earned, so society. So why are we surprised?
By the way, just after this, time prophet. You should know this. Being a temporal engineer, being a time prophet, God exists outside of time and space. Linear time and space is an illusion that we have we can have a feeling of individuality. But God exists outside. So for God, all time is happening simultaneously. If you want to understand that, read the Dr. Manhattan chapter from Watchmen. The Dr. Manhattan chapter is a great illustration of that. By the way, Watchmen, have you ever read Watchmen?
I haven't read Watchmen. I've watched the movie.
Oh, I should teach you the comic, mate.
Now, I've obviously watched the different versions of that movie because, as you know, there's a longer version. So I've watched every version there is of that movie. I do like it. So I say, look, the comic I say is 10 times better than obviously the movie. But yeah, I did like the movie. So I mean, again,
that reminds me. The competition time. There we go. Because
yeah, you got your competition. Yay.
So we're going to start with next week's prize. We have Brendan Fraser's Mummy. Only the first two of them.
Good franchise. Good franchise.
Is this the one that is that the one that introduced The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Rock is. Was that
that was the Scorpion King.
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
That was shit. That was. I had hopes for that movie, but the CGI was so bad in that it was like awful. But the first two Mummy movies are great. The one with Jet Li in it, I expected a lot more, but it was a bit of a disappointment, if I'm honest.
I don't think I ever saw that. Yeah, I'm just trying to quickly scan it, see if I can think of who I can, what we can.
And as you know, they did try reboot the franchise with Tom Cruise, and
that did not do
well. Here, believe it or not, my mother and my mom and dad loved that version. They
really
loved the Tom. Yeah, for some real reason they loved that Tom Cruise version.
That is strange. That is
Yeah,
strange.
I know. My man Dara are a bit woke, though, I've noticed. You know, it's kind of shocked me a little bit because, you know, being the age that you are, you think they wouldn't be into all of this. But, you know, they've gone very woke themselves. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if my dad is a fan of Captain Bloody, what's her face? Captain Marvel.
Oh, listen. You should keep keep this to yourself. What should we
keep that to yourself.
Hashtag. What should we do for the hashtag for the mummy? Let me think.
Hashtag Imhotep.
Oh, excellent. There you go. Wonderful. There you go. Hashtag Imhotep. All I've got to do is work out how to say that. Fine. Not many entries for this week's one. And the winner is Captain Robert April. Oh, come back. Congratulations. I don't think this is the first one he entered.
Is he in the chat? Is he in the chat?
I don't know.
Congratulations, Captain. Woo. We'll let you know. Well, he's on Twitter, so I'm sure you can let him know.
Yeah, he's on the Fine.
Tom Cruise mummy was Alex Kurtzman, I think. Is that why it went wrong clobbering times? It was a Kurtzman production. Well, then there you go. Yeah, I mean, look, I hear JJ now is in there, isn't he? And he wants to do this whole Warner Brothers universe.
God help us. I mean, I'm just hoping they run out of money before he can destroy anything else.
I want them to do the Monster universe, King Kong versus Godzilla. That's what I want. That's what I want. They did the Godzilla movie and they did the King Kong movie, but apparently now there is a movie where the two of them are going to be in the same movie. I want to see them.
Right. Yeah. I have to tell you that last Godzilla movie didn't do well, but I really liked it.
Which one? The one with Bryan Cranston? Yeah, man. Which one now? Which one? Which one are you talking about? You talking the one with your man from Breaking Bad in it?
No, not that one. Not that one. The one after that.
I didn't even know. Told you. See, I lost so much interest that I didn't even know they made another one to it because I thought the Bryan Cranston one was actually very interesting and actually was good.
Bad. It wasn't bad.
A bit more. I don't know what it was about. It just needed a little bit more of something. But
the next one, which had like Mothra in it and all these other monsters, much better. I thought much better. It did worse than any monsters, but I thought it was really, really good. Let them fight.
I see someone in the chat saying that about ER, saying that they had a trans character back in the day. See, back in the day, it was different, you see, because when they did characters like that, they treated them with respect. And they didn't make it all about the fact that this person was this, that, and the other. They gave them a good story arc and character development. Now they just shoehorn them in.
They were characters first. They weren't tokens.
Exactly. And that's what Hollywood and BBC in particular, that's what they're missing. That's the secret formula for these characters to work.
BBC is going
you have to build their characters up. You can't shoehorn these characters in because you've got to pay the due respect that they deserve. You know, there are a lot of people out there that are looking, and I understand that. There are people out there that are looking for representation, right? And they do deserve that representation. But when you see the way Hollywood has done it the last couple of years, and you see the way the BBC have done it, it's disrespectful.
You know, proportional representation as well. It's just weird if you can make it disproportional, because then it's tokenism. Right? It's like it's just weird. It's weird. Fine. Speaking of things that are just weird, let's check out something. Leslie Headland, who's a terrible person, who's a terrible feminist, who's apparently been greenlit to do a Star Trek TV show.
Oh, great. Fantastic. That's brilliant. Another female-centric show.
Yeah. So Leslie Headland provides new details on her upcoming Star Wars show, confirms it's female-centric, like all of the...
What are they going to call it? Star Wars or Star Hooker?
So Leslie Headland, who was announced to be working on the Star Wars TV show with Disney Plus, recently confirmed that it will be female-centric. Back in May, Star Wars announced Headland will be executive producer and serve as new showrunner for the new untitled Star Wars series for Disney. Really? I think maybe come up with a title before you announce it.
Do you know what, though? I will say this, and I just want to throw that out there, and I think a lot of people will agree with me, though. If this was a spin-off of Gina Carano, I don't think fans would have a problem with it, because Gina has got a lot of
because she's got the
give it to her. I say give it to her.
Because she's got their own politics, right?
That's what I agree. She does, but to the fans, she doesn't. So if they want this to be a success, hire Gina.
Again, listen. This has been my biggest revelation of the last week. It's that none of them can stand. Even Fox News. Even Fox News are like so clear they just can't stand us. They just these people, they can't stay. They look down at us. They hate us, and they've always hated us. And so they don't care what we think.
You know what I say to that? Screw them.
Exactly.
Screw them. Right at the end of the day, look, if we are in for a bumpy ride the next 4 years, bring it on. I say, bring it on, because I'm telling you now, and I've said to other YouTubers as well, we must stand their ground and stand firm and stick with the beliefs that we have, because it's gotten us through this far anyway. So listen, I don't care who ends up being president in January. At the end of the day, I'm going to continue to do what I do, and I'm not going to let anybody stop me from doing that. It's as simple as that. We need to stand together, though. We need to support each other like we do, Rabbi, and we do. I have to admit, people on their side, the smaller YouTube channels, we support each other a lot.
And we don't make
YouTubers out there that will support us, and we have to recognize them. Gary from Neurotics Balls, Streck, and others like that do help us out. But we need to all stick together now, because the next 4 years we're going to be targeted left, right, and center. And the likes of leftist like Mr. Tarda's reviews, this will give him the ammunition now that he needs, because he believes he's on the right side of history, and because so we're going to have to deal with all of that rubbish. So I mean, look, at the end of once we keep supporting each other, sorry Rabbi, but once we keep supporting each other and make sure that we're there for each other, we should be fine. And I'm going to shut up now. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, no, we're not going to have to do any of that. This is going to break them. This is going to break up big tech.
Right, Bob, I'm sorry, but they're gone now. You just wanted to be an asshole, so you're gone.
All right. But again, this is going to break them. This is going to break big tech. This gives them the ammunition to break up big tech. They're losing they've gambled everything and they've lost. Yeah, and they've lost because they were stupid. It's incredible. It's incredible how stupid they were. So none of that's going to happen. I'm telling you, this is going to break them.
No, we'll see. I hope you're right. Listen, I hope, because for the simple fact of the matter is the way they've carried on for the last week and a half. It will be a kick in the teeth for them. And you know what? They have exposed themselves. You're right. They've exposed themselves of the intolerant, racist scumbags that they actually are, and they have been. For the last 4 years, but they blame the orange man because it's easier to blame him, because he has come out with a few things that have been divisive, but to kind of blame him on everything. The reason why America is tearing itself apart is because of the Democrats. If people can't see that, well, then I can't help you anymore. Go with whoever you want to go with.
This is, by the way, the reason I don't mind the troll being here, because I know what I'm saying is making him crazier, because I didn't see what he was saying. I couldn't care less. And what I was saying is making him more insane than anybody else, right? He's having a worse time because it's over. You have no idea. You think you've won, and now you're going to find you've lost. This is going to break you. This is going to break. Again, I think God is trying. And I know you don't believe in God. I know you think it's not you, but I know they think it's stupid. I know they think it's fairy stories. Again, this has been what I've used for my prediction model.
I'm not a very religious person myself, but I'll pray. If I have to pray to change this, I will. Listen, at the end of the day, as I said, we will find out in the next few weeks anyway. Next few weeks, apparently he's doing the things that he needs to do.
I'm hoping we're going to find out this week.
Oh, by the way, for anybody that's a fan of The Crown, it comes back on.
Oh, yeah. I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. So will you read my not my Doctor Who? Says Lonnie Webb, directed at me. Will you read my not Doctor Who? Lonnie, I don't know what you mean by that, love. If you could actually
will you read my not Doctor Who? I think he has a comic he wants to send you. Okay.
Oh, you are. Oh. Well, I don't have. Yeah, because a couple of people have asked me if I have a PO box. Unfortunately, PO boxes are very expensive. They're not actually cheap. Now, if you're a bigger YouTuber, you can afford it. To be quite honest with you. But I'm a small YouTuber, so I'm way off getting a PO box. But I know there's a lot of you want to send me stuff, which is absolutely fantastic, and I love you for it. But you don't need to do that. You know, supporting me on my channel is support enough, and I love you for it.
It really is.
Right? And seriously, you all have been so nice to me over the last couple of months, especially with all the stuff that's gone on. I will never forget it. And even if my career on YouTube does get ended abruptly because of what's happened with the election, well, then all I'll just say is I've enjoyed every single minute of it. I've enjoyed meeting you all, and I will never forget the support. I will never forget the support. So thank you very much to every single one of you, because, you know, Rabbi will tell you this. We're nothing without you guys. Without the support from you guys, we're nothing. And we know that. And I do not take my YouTube channel or the community for granted, and I never would. And I know Rabbi doesn't either. We love you all, and we'll always be here for you, and we'll give you a voice, and we'll always give you a voice. So thank you. And I'm going to stop now before I get on. It has been an emotional few months, let's be honest, for us all. I mean, in fairness, nobody's seen this coming. In fairness, though, I would have to actually say, how stupid are the Republicans, though, that they didn't see it coming?
I can't believe I didn't see it coming. I mean, this is obviously what they would have done. It was never an option for him to win. But he won by too much. That's the problem. He was ahead too much for them to do it subtly.
Oh, she's writing a classic. I'm writing a classic Doctor character. Oh, okay. Now I get you. Sorry about that. Sorry. Sometimes you know me. I'm a bit of a tick. Headlight, as I said. I mean, I'm still a boomer. I still can't link something properly. I'm that bad. But listen, again, we love all the support. You keep us going. And when we see shit like this that Rabbi has put up there, this bleeding all feet. Look. Again, already established franchises, and you're gender swapping them. Will you just make something original for women, right? Instead of bleeding, you're being disrespectful to women, in my opinion, and all of these other groups of people that you are pandering to, because that's what you're doing. You're pandering to them. You aren't doing anything respectful. And I'm surprised that these people don't see it. This is what has annoyed me for the last 4 years, is these people do not realise that they're just pandering to you. They're not giving you any characters of real substance anyway. Right. I did a video a couple of months back. I should find that and re-upload it again for you. I actually showed that diversity and inclusion has gone up by 73% or something in some cases, right? Now they break it down. How many of them were reoccurring characters? How many had a full-time role in shows? And it's very startling when you see it, right? The numbers of representation might be up, but when it comes to reoccurring characters and having characters staying in the show, it's literally 1 or 2%. It's like they bring them in, tick a box, and it's see you later now, bye.
Yeah, again, it's just pure tokenism. Fine, listen, look, I want to read what she has to say. So this woman, Leslie Hedden, stated, just because my show is technically, yes, female-centric, meaning it centers around a female protagonist, I don't think that necessarily excludes men from that space. Right. So she's saying, quite.
Well, that's good so far. That's good so far. That's different to what we normally hear. Well, this show is not for you.
She's smart enough to say the right. Okay, so she continued. Listen, I relate to male characters all the time. like I root for Mando, like I root for Luke. Okay, like I deeply, well, not sure how much I care about Han Solo anymore. So she's like, so she sounds like one of us.
She does.
I know. When I was little, I really liked him. When I watch him now, I'm kind of like, gosh, a lot of my psyche makes me make sense now. Okay. All joking aside, so she's basically saying she's a lesbian because of Han Solo. Okay. She wanted to be Han Solo that badly. I think I think that truly that inclusive space means inclusive space. And I think that okay, she's won me over. I'll give her the first episode.
Well, you know what? She's the first one that I've heard that's come out and actually make us feel part of something. So
yeah, listen to this, but at the same time, I think just because something has a female protagonist doesn't mean it's meant only for women. Smart. She's saying the right. Listen, I don't care that she's lying. I appreciate that she's lying for me. Right, I think I like it, even if it's not true. I appreciate the big.
Yeah, that's what we've ever wanted, for these people to acknowledge that we exist, and the fact that she's acknowledging that she understands that, and she wants us to know that. Listen, just because you're a man, this doesn't mean that this show isn't for you. She's saying all the right things. Now, if we have more people like her saying the right things, but then also doing the right things, we'd be in a much better position than we're in now.
Okay, so there, she carries on. Hedlund then went on to describe the upcoming show as a tent revival. I wonder what that means. As you said, like I can see that, like if Star Wars is a religion, when I think we kind of agree for the purposes of this interview, it is. I think too. I like to think my show is a tent revival. Like a sort of gospel show. If Star Wars was a religion, this show would be like a gospel show. You can come over. You come over if you want to. We're going to be talking about some cool stuff. There's going to be some things that we haven't discussed before in canon. There's going to be some characters you don't know about. Okay, all that stuff sounds.
So far, I'm willing. And I don't know how people would feel in the chat, but so far I'm willing to give this woman the benefit of the doubt.
So yes, and she goes on to say, "I would love you to join us. I would love you to be interested in it." Wow, she's good.
She's actually saying all the right things.
The right thing. She is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she couldn't be lying out of her ass, of course, but you know,
at least she's lying the right thing.
But she's saying the right things, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't say for that, folks. You know, she is saying the right things. This is what we've been arguing about all the time now. Suddenly a woman's come out and she's saying all the right things. She mustn't be criticized. She must be supported. We see what she does, and then if she's lied to us, then the show will get hit in the ratings.
Just by being smart, she's bought herself a chance, right? So she says, "I would check this out. I would love you to join us. I would love you to be interested in it. And if it's not your thing, that's the cool thing about Star Wars right now. There's so much you can align yourself with and invest yourself in. You don't if you don't like it, that's fine." She said, "Okay."
Well, she's saying all the right things, so you know. We complain when women come out and they give all this rhetoric. Well, she's come out and said, listen, this show's for men as well. Now, I know some of you will be skeptical in the live chat and say, well, you know, it's going to end up being like everything else. Well, we don't know. And to be honest with you, I think she has, you know, I'm not saying won me over, but I'd be willing to give this woman show.
Oh, exactly. I'm not going to go into it think I'm going to hate it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So basically, she's saying it's going to have like this Indiana Jonesy vibe.
Wow.
Sounds pretty cool. Actually.
It actually sounds fascinating.
So, like, we have another article by her as well that just came out saying that Rian Johnson is a Star Wars heretic.
Oh, right. Well, then she's won me over completely. Then, if she's coming out after Rian Johnson. Well, then that's good enough for me, and I think that's good enough for Star Wars fans as well. Actually,
yeah, I think so. I think again, smart here.
I'm telling you, because people hate Rian Johnson. She's coming out and saying he's a heretic. Well, then she's saying all the right
And she knows how to throw the right people under the bus at the right time. She's a Hollywood pro, this woman. I think she's playing us, but I just well, you're doing a pretty good job with it. So,
Well, that's what I said. We could be talking out of our arse, but we won't know until we actually see it. But I'm willing to give her a chance.
Right. So let's read what this says. There's a headline implies Ryan Johnson is a Star Wars heretic. Star Wars recently implied that Ryan Johnson is a heretic. Headland talked about Star Wars in the upcoming Star Wars and our upcoming show with YouTube Fantastic Frankie. And when asked about her favorite dream project, Headlands was rather clear. It's the upcoming Star Wars project. Fine. She explained that work for Lucasfilm was working on IP. That's my dream. That's 100%. That's what I want to do. And again, that is consistent with stuff I heard her say before. By the way,
yeah.
It's I just thought we should. Okay. Well, whenever I have creative phone calls about it with my team, or the team at Lucasfilm, I kind of always almost put a timer on the amount of time I'm talking, because I'll just go on and talk about the tiniest piece of origin story and a particular geographical location. I'll explain it and go on and on. Okay, let's get up to Ryan Johnson. So she's saying, okay, she sounds like she's a real Star Wars geek. Let me say, there's still nothing about Ryan Johnson. She said, "See, there's a massive challenge to take on Star Wars, and a very serious one. I have immense amount of respect for the world that George Lucas built. Tell you, she's gone to Fandom Central about what she should say, right? She's just like everything's perfect. In Legends and canon, she's used it. Oh my god!
You know what? It'd be even better though if she actually does what she says she's going to do, and it actually ends up being for everybody." Then she'll actually blow up, who the other female that has been ruined or has been blamed for ruining Star Wars, which is Kathleen Kennedy. So
right.
Listen, this is good. This article is good. I mean, this.
Okay, this is the thing. So Headland then implied that Ryan, if Star Wars is like the Catholic Church in the 1400s. Then Ryan Johnson is Martin Luther, the heretic rebel. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Luther was I
know who he was because I watched the Tudors. He was a Lutheran.
Right. So he said you got Ryan Johnson as Martin Luther posting stuff to the front of the church, and everyone's going no, and the other half is saying yes. I don't see so many people saying yes. You can't enter this world with a strong point of view. Okay, fine. You took me around. I expected to not be on board, but apparently I am.
Everybody in the chat, actually, what do you think of the article? And by the way, you've been asked by someone in the chat to say your little saying, ring that bell or whatever.
I'll sit down for it. I'll give you the hand movements and everything. She cried.
Well, Mark Cambridge wants to say, Tardazone officially, can you remind Rabbi to say his catchphrase and ring that little bell?
Well, that is important. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring the little bell. It depends. I'm not sure. Sometimes I've been used to this finger exclusively, and I moved over to here because I realized this was pointing more at the little bell. Okay, like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. Was it Willie Crawford Halo was here? His Indiegogos do very well. I would invite you on, but I'm about to go because I haven't had any food today.
I've got prepped now. So Cheryl has decided that she wants tortillas wraps for dinner. So I've got the chicken ready. I've got the mushrooms ready. I've got the red peppers ready. She doesn't like garlic because she does like garlic, but she eats it, she'll end up being a balloon. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this some chicken wraps for dinner. So I'm looking forward to it, I have to say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm having.
What are you gonna have? What's on your menu?
Snuffle around. I'll look around upstairs. There's like a a truffle pig.
I'm pretty sure there's something prepared for you somewhere.
Oh, Ninja Knight just arrived. Yeah, come on.
Must have to be finished.
Wait for him to come on. Oh, man, I'm starving now. I was like, oh, I'm about to go and get onto it now. I was like, okay, device not. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Ninja Knight, how are you?
All right, lads.
Hi. I'm just about to wrap up.
Oh no! Do you know what happened, Rabbi? I was chilling out and I fell asleep.
That does happen when we chill out. That is true. I often fall asleep when I chill out. That is make sure you're not holding any smoking object when you do chill out. Or you put it out before you
the only smoking object that I'd be holding would be myself. And
you see, because
I'm a hot individual.
You're a younger man than us. You know, we for me, it's everything's given up. It's like, there you go. Fine.
How are you two, gents? How are you getting on?
I'm about to wrap up, but I want to say the theme of this podcast, the theme of this episode has been, you're not crazy. They're making it all up. They're like pretending there's no election jiggery pokery going on. But no, there's no. What are you talking about? There's like a ton of affidavits.
Can I ask you something, Rabbi? Is it like that across in Israel as well too, or what are elections like across there?
They're a little bit more bonkers because it's like there's no two-party system. There's like there's two main parties, but there's like lots and lots of
subsidiaries.
Like small parties of people, and they have to make a coalition. So whoever gets the votes tries to make a coalition first. But I have no idea how Netanyahu stayed in power this long. I was quite impressive that he has.
It's the same here in this country, man. This country is absolutely mental with the way things go. We flip-flop between two parties that are pretty much the two cheeks of the same arse, you know what I mean?
Here's the bad thing, though. In this election, we actually voted the two of them fucking out, yeah? But because the other party that won didn't actually have enough seats to form a government, the two parties that we kicked out now control the fucking country. So we're as corrupt as America. So if you think yous are all bad, come to Ireland, we beat yous.
We give everyone a run for their money. And you know what the funny thing is? The two boys that would probably be alleged for having the biggest corruption crossing America are actually of Irish descent. So there you go.
I listen. I'm telling you now, the Trumps is going to win. He's getting inaugurated. It's going to happen, baby. And
the Prime Minister wish Biden well done the election, and Donald Trump actually blocked him on Twitter.
Did he really?
Yeah. Apparently, Benjamin Netanyahu, whoever his name is, he congratulated Biden, and Trump blocked him on Twitter.
Okay, listen, I'm Trump's baby boy. You know, I'm his man. If he wants to block BB, I'm fine with that. Okay, don't mess it. But he's going to win. I'm telling you. I think Trump's going to win this.
I think you're wrong.
The Time Prophet says, "Is there still a potato famine in Ireland?" No, that was encouraged by Britain. Though.
That's a very fucking racist thing to say.
Although I have to tell you, I'm going to have a potato for dinner tonight. Fine, Ninja. Is there any pressing thing you wanted to ask or wanted to know about or wanted to bring up?
Yeah, you're on with the video vault tomorrow, aren't you? So what time does that kick off at?
I'll preview that.
Yeah, he's doing the video vault early because we were doing Mando on my channel, and then we have Airstream as well, Ninja Night on my channel. So stream 3. He said he started at 5, didn't you, Rabbi? 5?
Okay. Can we push it to 5:30?
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
because what's the name? Dan said it's going to be easier for him to get there.
Who done the video vault with us this week anyway? Same crowd?
Yeah, I think it's a big one, actually. I invited Keith as well.
Oh, nice one.
Keith knows stuff. Keith is like a grown-up.
Yeah, I wonder how they feel about this movie.
It's a great bloody movie. I think
it's a great movie, but I'm sure Ian or Keith will have something to say. They always do surprise.
How can they fault the action scene? It's freaking awesome.
But hang on, here's the thing. You're gonna have it tonight, and Noel is going to be like, right now he's gonna say, I really enjoy this movie, I love this movie. Then tomorrow he's gonna be like, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's gonna be like Fifth Element again.
But I will say this, I haven't watched it in years now, so I just hope it's
Oh no, that's dreaded words. That's dreaded words. That's you going to say, listen, bud, I didn't enjoy it.
I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I'll be fair with it. Look, I know it's a bit far-fetched anyway. I mean, it's an action movie, so it's always going to be far-fetched.
But we'll say, though, how good does Jamie Lee Curtis look in that movie, particularly in that scene? You know that scene? So good.
Yeah, I was actually talking about that. I said that was the first time I probably had a wet dream.
Quite reasonably too. Also, a very young, kind of like underaged Eliza Dushku. Yeah, before she was hot, before she was old enough to be hot. I was worried I was going to be turned on by her, knowing that she was going to be. I know how hot she's going to be in a couple of years, and I saw her and went, "Oh no, she's a kid. I'm fine." So don't worry.
She's another Joss Whedon disciple as well too, isn't she? I think she made her name too.
Struck by him.
I tell you, Josh, he seems to be getting a lot of stick lately, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Is it justified though? Is it though?
Well, you have a lot of people that are saying that they shouldn't have used the power that they did when they did, but look, that was the way Hollywood was back in the day. Look, I mean, you see I actually personally think you see it very, very much so with Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, she clearly got to where she is with what she did, because I think personally she's a very limited actress, and I think when you see these limited actresses like Brie Larson, for example, as well, she's in the same category for me, that I'm like, there has to be a way that these people have gotten in, and that must be it, because you do see some top quality actresses.
Look,
you're talking about a kind of casting couch situation with Brie and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, definitely, because I believe they're kind of in the same mold, and I think that couch was readily available for those two predominantly, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think Jennifer Lawrence is a great actress anyway, and I definitely don't think Brie Larson is, and I've always wondered how they had a career.
Okay, listen, we have to end on this, but I've just seen this story just has happened. The FDA is delaying the vaccine, so Trump can't get the credit for it.
Yeah, so we can't get the credit. I know. Look how vindictive they are. You won't even let him have that. Like, you know.
Well, look, he's poked the bear.
He's gonna win. I'm telling you now.
Where's his Nobel Peace Prize? That's what I want to know. Where's his Nobel Peace Prize? Go and take the one you gave Obama.
I think this is gonna break them. I think
don't think so. You're very confident, Jeff, but I'm sorry. I have to break it.
If they will
Donald Trump is not going to be president in January. It's going to be Joe Biden, and I think you have to accept it.
No, there's no way he could do it.
There's nothing to accept. They got the votes. I mean, they got the ballots that they're going to be thrown out.
Well, listen, we all know that Al Gore won the vote, and he never became president. So you need to set yourselves up, because the exact same thing is going to happen.
I'm telling you, God is trolling.
I hope you're right. Listen, you know I hope you're right, but I honestly think it's not going to happen.
I'm telling you, I think this is like biblical level shit is going down.
He has all of these things set up.
Oh, I love when Rabbi starts talking.
I do. I think biblical level shit is going down. I think Trump is the Messiah of the middle.
Wow.
Which is okay. So basically, you have Abraham, then you have Isaac, and Isaac has two sons. He has Jacob and he has Esau, right? And they're supposed to work together. They're supposed to be like, Esau's supposed to deal with like external business stuff, and Jacob's supposed to be doing like, learning, doing the priestly stuff, right? Doesn't work out, and they fall out, and they're gonna like kill each other. So that's why Jacob has to run off and live in where it was. By Lebanon for 20 years. Anyway, so years later, he's coming back to Israel, right? And he hears that his brother's coming to meet him. He's got a big army with him, like 400 men. They're going to decimate them. And that thing, he meets he had that weird wrestling thing with basically wrestling with himself. And Anyway, so he meets Aesop, and instead of having a war, Aesop is like, let's be friends. He can say Aesop can be like, now he's like a more worldly person. He sees something that he can like relate to, right? And he said, let's be friends. And Jacob says, no, we can't be friends yet. Because I got the stuff slowing me down. You go ahead. I'll catch up with you. And ever since, so basically what happened was Aesop becomes Rome. Rome becomes Christianity. And there's these like dual blessings between Aesop and Jacob that they can't be equal, right, until the end of the day. So one is up, the other one's going to be down, and the other way around, right? So that's basically what happened in history. Like, yeah, when Christianity was powerful, Jews were, in the shit. But at the end of the days, that prophecy that we're going to walk together, I think that's happening right now because we're both, if anybody believes in biblical values in any way, you kind of like under attack. So and so this nation of Aesop broke into two parts. You have Amalek, which were the multinational socialists from Germany in 1930, and you have the good part of Aesop, which is basically Trump and Dolly Parton. So the Aesop was described. The Bible uses his language very, very sparingly. You know how Aesop was described by tall red hair.
Right.
They basically describe the only description of Aesop they have is exactly Trump's description. It's tall red hair. I'm like, okay, that's all right. So I do. So I believe that Trump is the Messiah of the nation of Aesop, which is basically country Western America, like good America, like that. So I believe that like Western values. I think he's the Messiah of that, and this is a. God bringing in his second term will be the inauguration of the true light of godliness in the world, which is strange. It comes through Trump, who's a bit of a dirty guy. So that's why I think the Satan has been empowered to stop him, and I just think it's going to be. I think he's going to be. That's what's going to happen.
It'll be interesting stuff, man.
It is interesting, but I honestly think the end result is going to be January. Biden is going to be president.
No,
I do not believe for one. Listen, I'm just looking at the reality of the situation.
No. What you're saying is 100% logical and makes sense, and is the most likely case scenario. What I'm saying is crazy. What I'm saying can't happen. But I think it's going to happen.
Lads, there's a bit of breaking news here. Apparently, Amber Heard has just asked for a bigger role in Aquaman 2.
Oh, really?
So give it to her, because you know why? Because nobody's going to watch the movie anyway. So give it to her. Yeah, we actually what you call it? We actually what's the word I'm trying to use? We reward people that are bullies and beat their husbands up. So let her, because nobody's going to watch Aquaman 2 anyway, because she's a pile of shit for what she did to Johnny Depp. Listen, I'm not saying he's innocent in this, but the evidence that I seen showed that she's a big fucking bully and needs to be bleeding taken down.
I think you're right. But the thing you're not taking into account, she looked really good in that costume. It's very tight and uplifting. Yep. I felt like she was a good swimmer. I felt that she could float probably if she needed to. Don't know how.
You wouldn't want to go anywhere near her, and you stick your thing in her and you become toxic. Get away.
You know what? Everyone's got to go down somewhere now.
I wouldn't even mind. I don't even know why people think she's a nice looking woman. Anyway, she's one of the ugliest looking things I've ever seen. And you know what? She wasn't in that spandex costume. Nobody give a fuck about her. But she went after older men. She was with Elon Musk. Then she's with Johnny Depp. She likes the older man because she's trying to meet them all. You come up with conspiracies. I've got one for you. What if I was to tell you that all the young actresses that are up and coming now are going out with older celebrities because it's all a plan to Me Too them all? And that's what I believe happens with Johnny Depp. I believe she married him, so she can Me Too him and let him out because he's powerful. And I think that's what's happening. These younger actresses are going out with older guys because they want to Me Too the older generation.
But again, no. There's no way I could be Me Too because people say, Svi Me Too. Everyone's like, well, of course, he's a disgusting pervert. I'm like, yes! So I'm fine. Amber, baby, Amber. You like the older guy?
Doesn't give a fuck.
Great going for you, honey. Something to hang on to. Okay, something to hang on to. If you want to pull the figure, I'm here for you, baby. I can take a beating.
That's shameless, Rabbi. Shameless.
Fine. With that, with me begging for something like weird S&M beating from Amber. I think we'll end the podcast with that. Fine, I clicked the end broadcast button, but now I think it's time to click the real end broadcast